let me start off by saying this. I have a Samsung tablet, and when they made this tablet, I don't know what possessed the person who made it to put the lens on the side of the screen and not up there so that I can directly look straight ahead, because I'm looking straight ahead and it doesn't look like I'm even looking at the camera because the camera's not up here, it's down here. So I'd have to literally look at the lens like that. That's annoying, but whatever. So welcome back to the many adventures of K and B, our food channel. Well, it's not really a food channel, it's an adventure channel. Um, there aren't many videos on our channel because we are just consumed with work, family, friends, doing things, not staying indoors as much. However, that's kind of all winding down. We just came back this week. Well, this week we just returned to our jobs. Last week we were out on vacation in North Carolina, and it was a ton of fun and just very relaxing, which is kind of what we needed. So that was nice. We went away with my husband's friends. So we all shared a house up in Beach Mountain, North Carolina. So we were like further west and not on the East Coast. So it was different. It was very chilly up in the mountains. It didn't get any higher than 65 degrees throughout the day. And Sunday it rained and rained, and that was the day, of course, we were going out to do something, and we were going to, it's called Autumn at Oz, Land of Oz. It's just like the movie The Wizard of Oz. If you haven't seen it, that's too bad for you because you're missing out, but that was a movie in my childhood that we grew up on. And if you see like lights, sorry, going in and out, it's because I have the TV going. I'm sure you can hear it. I'm not really paying attention to it. I'm just kind of listening, but I might look up every now and then. So it was very chilly on Sunday up in North Carolina, and we were going to the Land of Oz, and it's based off the movie Follow the Yellow Brick Road. Did different scenes throughout the park, and it was really cool. You got to take pictures with the characters. They did like a 10 little minute like skit of the famous scenes in the movie. The house was like the best part. You walk through the house. Well, in the beginning, let's start like this. In the beginning, they start they start at the barn. The three farm men. That whole scene. The storm coming, things like that, and find yourself a place you won't get into trouble. It was kind of weird because obviously you can't expect the whole thing to like go exactly how the movie went, because what I'm trying to say is one of the farm men had said the line of Auntie Em and Uncle Henry. Find yourself, Auntie Em said, find yourself a place where you won't get into any trouble, because Miss Gulch was coming for her dog Toto because Toto got in her garden and chased her nasty old cat. So anyway, the farm man said that, and I was just like, well, that's not how it happened. Thinking to myself, but obviously we have to be realistic because it's not going to go exactly how it went in the movie. And then from that part, you move over to Professor Marvel. They had like a little trailer with like how it looked in the movie. We had the guy, he had his crystal ball. Dorothy sat next to him. They said their famous lines. And then it moves into walking through the house as it stayed. When Dorothy gets back and the storm's coming and everything. And then as you walk through the house, you go through another part. You go downstairs. And in that part, it's like, the glow in the dark type of paint on the wall, just different things, a lot of like wind, and they had a screen up there showing you like as you're going through the tornado and you're inside the tornado, it shows that whole scene. I think it just kind of like replays. And then finally you get downstairs into the house as it was like turned over and landed on the Wicked Witch of the East. So as soon as you step into the house, you feel like it's like an illusion. You feel like your whole body's like slanted and like you're trying to fight gravity or whatever. It was just so weird. It really, and being that I'm in my situation that I'm in, my stomach was like, whoa, like fluttering and things like that. And then as you get through the house, you see Munchkin Land, the Yellow Brick Road, and you get a picture with Glinda. Then it's the Scarecrow and Tin Man and the Cowardly Lion. You go through the forest, you see the witch and the monkeys, and it was really fun. But it was so cold that day, and it was damp. It was like, because I said it rained, but it was so much fun. We were there from 1 o'clock until like at least 6, so we didn't get back to the house until like 7. And his friends were making, I think, chicken thighs on the grill, and they were like about to start, and we were like, no, wait for us, wait till we get to the house so the chicken's cooked, it's not cold, blah blah blah. We could all sit down and eat together. So yeah, that was fun. And then Monday was a better day weather-wise, but also we went like 3 hours down to Charlotte to do some like race tours and whatnot. And later on that day, I got so sick twice. So let's rewind and go to the beginning. The reason why we haven't done many videos besides work consuming us, spending time with family and friends, is because in July we found out that we are expecting our first child. So yeah, I'm on a very restricted diet at this point because of my medical condition. I said in like I think my second video was talking about my PKU and different foods. I made a video for one of the girls that follow me on Facebook. I was showing her different products that she can try, etc., how much protein is in it and things like that. So I'm on 6 grams of protein daily. I take 77 PKU pills. They look like vitamin pills, or what you would call horse pills. 77 of those. I originally, in the beginning, before even getting pregnant, was only taking 66, and I wasn't taking it religiously. So once I found out I was pregnant, I went from 8 grams to 6 grams to drop my level down significantly, because I was probably in the 20s at least. So unfortunately I didn't have my levels in range, but that's okay because I got them down really quick. And at that point I was in my just starting my 2nd month of pregnancy. I think it was like 5 weeks when I found out. Some people are not fortunate and find out when they're like 8 weeks into their pregnancy and their levels are still sky high. So I'm hoping that the damage has not been done and I did everything I could. So I really don't get to eat what I was eating before without having to think about the consequences it would have on the baby and the outcome. So I haven't posted any videos. There was no point to. The foods I eat really on a daily basis range from like potatoes, and I can have mashed potatoes, of course, without the milk, so it'd be just mashed potatoes with butter melted really well and stirred really well, or mashed really well. Today I had roasted potatoes. Another day I could have a baked potato. Other days I might have hash browns, or I kind of stay away from tater tots because I don't like how they make me feel. So there's that. For desserts, I really haven't had desserts. One time I did make a dessert with my mother-in-law with my PKU. I think it was well mix or whatever it was called. It was some type of flour that was low protein or whatever. Um, and it wasn't horrible. It's just the texture. Like, if you could imagine what a couch cushion tastes like, that's what it, or if you could imagine the texture eating a couch cushion feels like in your mouth and things like that, that's exactly what this cake tasted like. It was a pumpkin spice bread or something like that, pumpkin bread but spiced, and it was good. Like, that was good, that part. And I put like some frosting on it, so that kind of helped it too, but it was the texture. And if you ask a lot of PKU people in the PKU community, like, what's the texture like, they're just gonna be like, yeah, some of the food is just not tolerable or palatable or whatever. It's horrible. So again, there's certain things. In tomorrow I'm gonna be 13 weeks, so I'll be starting the second trimester at the end of week 13. So I have to go from tomorrow, Friday, to the 6th, so a week. When I reach 14 weeks, that's the start of the second trimester, supposedly. So I'll be in my second trimester. I'm looking forward to not being nauseated this whole week so far, knock on wood. Has been nausea free, thank the Lord. So that's good. However, throughout the day, like, I started work early. I'm not gonna say what time I started, but when I started, I was literally so tired. I'd say for the first 3 hours of my shift. Then I decided to take my half-hour walk. That kind of helped me a little bit. I ate. That kind of helped me a little bit. Then I started to get tired for like maybe a half hour, 40 minutes. Then once I got in the car, I snapped out of it. I mean, I had to. I had no choice. I had to drive home on the Parkway. So, yeah, there's that. So, usually, Alexa, what time is it? 8:28. So usually, well, when I was nauseated and everything, I used to just want to be in bed laying down at 8 o'clock. I'd take some Unisom to help me with the nausea and to help me sleep better. So now that I'm starting to feel better, I take Unisom at like 9, and Unisom is, my obstetrician said I could take the Unisom. It'll help me with the nausea. It'll help me sleep. So, granted, it helps me sleep. Getting up 3 times in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom, it wakes me up. So I struggle sometimes to get back to sleep. I don't. Excuse me. I don't really feel refreshed, but I just have to push through it, as they say. So, like today, I can go to sleep a little later, which I'll probably take my Unisom at like 9:30, and then it's, they say take it a half hour before you go to sleep. So it'll be nice. My husband's like, I'm gonna come home, I'm gonna rub your back. It was weird. Like yesterday, my back wasn't too bad, but Monday and Tuesday, oh boy, was my back hurting. I mean, mostly when I got home, but I brought my little travel pillow with me, my little Charlie Brown pillow, and I stuck it behind me at my chair, but it's too, like, puffy, so, like, half my butt, like, feels like it's not even in the chair because the pillow's so wide and fluffy that, like, my It's annoying. I have to find a pillow that's not fluffy or too big that I can stick behind me and help me, But today, yesterday, my back wasn't too bad, but Monday and Tuesday was pretty bad. So my husband gave me a back rub. He's gonna come home tomorrow. He's gonna come home tonight, and he's gonna rub my back. Hopefully, I'll be awake enough to feel it.
And so he did it, and the entire list was the same, except for him and my dad switched.
Maybe I won't even take the Unisom till 10. Like, I'll wait for him to come. Well, it depends on what time he gets out. He's... Every night it's a different time he leaves work, so... I'll probably try and wait till like 10 o'clock to take the Unisom so that I'm not like completely sleeping, so he can rub my back and it'll feel nice. But I think this weekend I have to do some clothes shopping because I'm starting to like, my underwear is starting to get so tight on me. So, because the belly and the baby are growing, so I have to, get new underwear, definitely some maternity pants, and it's ridiculous because, I've gone to like Targets, I've gone to 2 Boscovs, and like there's no maternity clothes, and I'm thinking like, what the hell? Alright, one area was Ocean County, and that has like a really large senior population, but still, so what? So yeah, Boscov was a bust, so was Target. I mean, Target had some stuff, but I didn't buy anything from there except for like this maternity tank top, so go figure. I'm not even gonna probably be able to use it at this point because it's been so chilly. However, there are going to be 2 days it's going to be like in the low 80s and the upper 70s. So maybe I'll wear that top the one day. But yeah, the maternity clothes, finding anything in the stores, forget it. But I had luck at Walmart, thank God. So I wound up getting 2 pairs of pants, and only 2 because they only had 2 different kinds of pairs. They had all gray, which just looked like legit, not sweatpants, but like the material and the look of it looks like sweatpants, but obviously it's maternity like leggings or whatever. And then the other ones, and of course like they have the big band for your belly. I started wearing that like 5 weeks when I found out I was pregnant. I wanted to get a head start on getting that stuff, and I figured, well, it's comfortable, so I'm just gonna wear it. It was a little loose on me, but so what? And then the other pair of pants that I have are like dark denim looking type of jeans, and then the band is like a black color, so like the big part that goes like over your belly and stuff, that is like a black color. So, and that was the only 2 things, and the top, and I was just like, this is ridiculous. Of course, there's like some clothes that are like real baggy, like I would buy like an extra large or maybe a 2X depending on like how the shirts are made and stuff. So like I just wind up buying the biggest, well, not biggest, but like I have a nice top that I got that my mom got me from Walmart. It looks like a flannel with a hoodie. It's really nice. I like things like that, especially in the colder months or the cooler months. And I bought a 3X because I figured I'm gonna need it. Like, I'll probably need it October, November. Maybe mostly just October, November, because in December I'll probably wear it. Why not? It's winter. So either way, like, I'll still fit in it. So by like 6 months I should still fit in it, and if I don't, well then I don't. I just go up the next biggest size when I buy tops or whatever. I'm not gonna go crazy because got so much clothes here as it is, and we have to clean out this apartment. And I told my husband, I'm like, you're gonna have to get some help, friends, family, but me, I have no interest. I was like, once I'm pregnant, I am not cleaning. I've tried to clean and keep this apartment so neat, but life happens. So I have no interest though in cleaning. like organizing. Not yet anyway. I know there's like a nesting period, but obviously that's not now. So yeah. This was mostly just a ramble video just to kind of update the people who do look at my YouTube, or look at our YouTube, I should say. You know, it's really exciting, like, to be in this boat. You know, as I got older, I feel like I could be more excited for things, but it seems like as I get older, I get less excited. And, like, my husband kind of understands that. So, you know, thank God he understands that, because I'm thinking, like, does that make me, like, a horrible person? And it doesn't. I mean, you know, 30, in my mid-30s. And, you know, I wanted to have my first kid when I was 30. That just wasn't in the cards for me. I think at that point I was only... No, wait. My husband was 28 when we first started dating.
2 years, 10 months.
So, like, yeah, we were just dating 2 years when we met. He was gonna... Well, he's 2 years older than me. So... if he was 28, that means I was 25. So, I mean 26. So, I wasn't obviously ready to have kids yet. But once I hit my, like, age 30, it, like, we weren't trying. We weren't trying to have kids. And we were using protection stuff. Like, we weren't those other people. It's kind of weird. Well, I'm not going to go into that detail. But yeah. So I just figured, you know what? It's going to happen when it happens. We struggled for like 3 years. We got married in 2020, September of 2020. And since then, we've been trying to have, you know, our first kid, and it just didn't happen. I was off birth control since, I believe, January of 2019, because I wanted to get my body ready so that when we did get married, because we were engaged in 2018, I wanted to get my body, like, ready. You know what I mean? They say be off the pill for 6 months. Well, I was off the pill 2019, 2020, 2021, 2022, and 2023. 2019, we weren't trying to have kids, so that didn't matter. But then when 2019 came and we got married in September and we were trying, that was already a year. A year had, almost 2 years had gone by. So 4 years being off birth control, and it took 3 years to conceive. Well, 3 years after we got married. So, yeah. My sister, I remember telling me that with her first kid, that it took her 3 years. So, I guess that's kind of the average, but I was really beginning to think, like, something was wrong with me. We went to a fertility doctor in 21. They did testing. They said my fasting insulin level came back elevated, and, like, they weren't sure what it meant. I've seen my primary. I've seen an endocrinologist. I've seen my gynecologist. I've talked to my genetics doctor about what could this be? What does this mean? Once I saw the endocrinologist, however, besides the fasting level being elevated, he said my prolactin levels were not badly elevated, but they were elevated, which interferes with conceiving. And I was like, great, another thing to add to the list. And then I wound up having an MRI of my pituitary gland, because when did I get medication? I don't remember, but the endocrinologist ordered me an MRI to see if I had a pituitary tumor on my pituitary gland, which kind of triggers, you know, a hormone to help you conceive or whatever. I'm probably saying it all wrong, but either way, I won't forget that time. I was nervous going into an MRI thing. However, I probably would have been just fine without a sedative. They gave me, or a sedative, whatever they want to call it. So it's like, why wouldn't it be called sedative if you're sedated? But either way, they gave me 2 milligrams, I think, of Xanax. And whoa, Lord. I was like in and out. Like, there were times I remembered. Well, there were times I remembered things, and there were times I didn't remember things. My MRI was on a Saturday. And I took the pill. And I had to take one the night before and then the morning of. And Lord, like, that had me loopy. My sister came over on that day. My best friend Ronald stayed over. And then we were going to Binghamton, New York to an arcade. So anyway, going to the MRI. Yeah, I don't even remember the ride there. I don't remember walking. Like, I don't remember being in the doctor's office, like walking into the doctor's office and being in there waiting. I just remember getting into the room. The guy said, "Give me your hand and I'll walk you over." He must have seen that, like, I was walking, like, you know, I was like loopy, like, because that's literally how I felt. So I remember laying down and then, like, him putting this, it looked like a face mask contraption, like hockey mask, jack-o'-lantern from like 13 Ghosts thing over your head to keep you still. And then, like, that's it. That's all I remember. And then I remember, like, looking up in, like, at the tube, and I'm thinking, like, this isn't even, like, or it was closed, but it didn't seem closed. I don't know how to explain it. And I just remember at one point coughing, and the technician was like, "Can you try and stay still? Otherwise we have to do this over again." And I'm thinking, like, excuse me, like, I coughed. Like, I can't help that I coughed. Plus I'm, like, you know, doped up. I don't know what the hell I'm doing, saying, whatever, you know. And then we left, and to be totally honest, the ride home, walking out of the office, complete blur. Like, I don't even remember doing it. I don't know how I did it. I guess my husband helped me. It's a good thing that, like, I didn't drive, or even do it on a weekday. Luckily, this imaging place had hours on the weekend, so that was a good thing. And then, like, when I got home and my sister came over, my friend came over, I don't even remember how my friend got here. I'll be like, that whole day was like a blur, most things. I remember our friend Tony came up too. I was happy to see him. My sister had her kid, and I was holding him, and I remember taking selfies here and there, and there were some pictures that I don't remember. And somehow I managed to post them up on my Instagram, and I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, why would people let me post things like this? So anyway, my sister was like, oh my God, sit down. Like, I'm afraid you're going to drop them. And like, she's like, you don't remember me saying that? I was like, nope, not at all. I don't remember that. She's like, wow. She's like, I'm glad we made you sit down. And I'm like, and then at one point I got like a hot flash, like so hot that, like, I had a sports bra on, or I managed to put one on, and I walked out, and I was like, okay, I was like, I'm hot, like, I'm sorry, I hope you don't mind. And like, my husband was like, no, it's fine. Like, I was covered, you know, I had a sports bra on. So yeah, that was a whole trip. And then Sunday, me, my friend Ronald, and my husband went to Binghamton. I remember some of the ride. I definitely remember getting to Sheetz, having french fries, trying their Dr. Pepper barbecue sauce, which was really spicy, and then driving from there to Binghamton. Complete blur. Apparently I fell asleep. We got to the arcade, and I was sleeping. They opened up the door on my side, and I was like, I'm just gonna stay here, and I slept. And I'm not kidding you, I slept for like 2 hours while they were in the arcade. Probably not like the safest thing to do, but what was I gonna do? I was doped up still. I was still having that stuff in me. Thankfully when Monday came, that was all gone and I was able to go to work. But yeah, I think if I ever have to get an MRI again, I don't think I'm taking a sedative. I'll just deal with it. So I didn't like how it made me feel. I mean, yeah, it just didn't feel right, you know? So anyway, tired. So yeah, you know, I'm all over the place with this stuff, so forgive me. This is a long ass video, but it's an update. It's a much needed update. So I got my levels back in August. I was sick for a week straight. I left work. I went to work. I left work at like 10:30 in the morning. I said to my boss, and I was crying because I was scared. I was like, I need to go to the hospital. I was like, I don't feel good. And even like the warehouse manager was like, yeah, she definitely didn't look good. So like I left. I went straight to the emergency room with my husband. And yeah. They kind of took me right in. Like for a hospital that's really busy, took me in. And on the 22nd of this month, let me tell you, girls, if you don't know and plan on having kids, wait until your constipation hits. Mine hit me like a ton of bricks, and thank the Lord I was home and not in North Carolina, because if I was in North Carolina and this happened, I don't know what the hell I would have done. But anyway, the hospital I went to was extremely busy. It's a trauma center, one of the best hospitals out there, and I waited maybe a total of like 10 to 15 minutes. Went into the back. They put me on an IV drip, had me do a urine test. They did some blood work. And then I moved on to the next thing, you know what I mean? So I went into a room and, you know, fabulous. And I wasn't in and out. I think I was there like 6 hours. So it was a long day. Could have definitely been longer, but thankfully it wasn't. And that whole week I was throwing up, and it's just not good for people with PKU. When you're sick, your blood level rises, your Phe level, which is toxic to myself and the baby especially. Whatever my Phe level is double that in the womb, so that's not a good thing. So I took a blood level that Thursday, and yeah, I was expecting it to be high, and it was I think a 15.9. So it was like a 30, 31 or something like that for the baby. No good. That was at 5 or probably 6 weeks. Almost 7. Or probably 7 weeks. I think it was 7. Anyway, so bad. And then the levels came, you know, started to come down and whatever. I, on the 10th, had a level of 10.6. I still wasn't feeling great. So it had come down from a 15 to a 10.6. Well, actually, I think it was an 8.5. Then it was 8.7. Then a 10.6. And then I took a blood on the 14th before I left for North Carolina. Mailed that out on Sunday. No, mailed it out on Saturday. Missed the pickup time. Didn't realize their pickup time in North Carolina was 9:30 in the morning. Where here, I think they got like more than one pickup time. So I usually get the mail like to the post office by like 12 the latest, if anything. But I always try to get there like between 10 and 12. Because I think the pickup time is like 1:15. So anyway, I was like, shit. I'm like, well, there's no pickup time on Sundays, which is typical. There's no pickup time on Sunday over here either. And I was like, what's the pickup time for Monday? Monday to Friday, which didn't matter. I wanted to see what Monday was. But 1:15. I'm like, oh my god. So I'm thinking like, okay, whatever. Didn't think I wouldn't have a result. So the 14th. So then the 21st comes, which is a Thursday, which is a week later. I usually get a result. No phone call. My dietitian's away on vacation. I'm expecting a call from somebody. No phone call on Thursday. No phone call Friday. Okay, so I'm calling the hospital. I'm calling my genetics doctor. Nobody knows. So later that day, Friday, no, Monday comes. I send the blood out Sunday again. So now it's the 24th. I'm sending another one out. So now I got 2 that I need levels for. The 14th and the 24th. This woman calls me on Monday that's covering for the dietitian. I'm expecting the call Thursday. Whatever. They knew that they didn't have a level. They knew they didn't get it. So, okay. I get the call Monday. Hi, this is such and such. Yeah, the state didn't get your level in time, but they are running it, so you'll have it on Thursday. I said, great, okay. I said, I also sent one out yesterday, Sunday. So will I have that level too Thursday? No, more than likely you won't. You'll only have the one from the 14th. And I said, oh, okay, great, whatever. So anyway, I get a phone call today from my dietitian. Thankfully, this time she called me. I didn't have to call her. I missed the call because I was busy at work. And I called her back. Well, I text her and tell her, you can call me now if you have the time. So then she calls me and she tells me, okay, asks me how I'm doing, how I'm feeling. I tell her I feel good. So she tells me my level from the 14th was 11. So it went from a 10.6 to an 11. I was still throwing up, not feeling great, not really able to eat that much, still a little nauseated, so fine. Then she says, I tell her I feel good and I'm not nauseated as much, yada, yada, yada. She says, okay, and then she goes, well, that's good. And then she says, your level from the 24th was a 9.5, so we're coming down. And I said, oh, that's good. I said, remember you were asking me to do 6 more pills the last time we talked before you left for your vacation. I said, so I started to do that, and then the week I was away on vacation, I started to figure, okay, I'll do 77 pills, and then this whole week I was doing 77. So I cleaned out the whole bottle. I get 77 pills in my formula pill bottle. I do all 77, which is not fun, but hopefully it helps. I said, if my level doesn't drop significantly more after taking 77 pills, I said, then there's a problem. So she said, oh no, I'm expecting you to have a good level next time, low level. You sound much better. And I was like, great. So I'm hoping when I draw my level tomorrow and I send it off and I get it Thursday, I hope it's way lower. I hope it's a 5 or 4 even. I don't know how the hell I got to a 4.1 before I got sick, but I managed somehow and I don't know how. So I did keep a food log, so I'm going to look back at that, but yeah. So anyways, I'm getting blood work tomorrow for the gender, and I think chromosomes, to make sure, I really don't know. I just was more, honestly, and I hate to say it, I was more concerned about the gender because my sister took off October 14th to do a gender reveal, so the gender reveal was going to be at her house, and she didn't want to do it. She wanted to do it at our place. I said, we can't do it at our place. Our place is a mess. I don't think we're going to have the apartment clean. So I said, maybe we can do it at mom's. So I'll ask her. So my mom was going through a lot of her own stuff, and she was nice enough to have the gender reveal there. It's just gonna be family. It's just gonna be my parents, my husband's parents, my brother, his wife, 2 kids, my sister, her 4 kids, and maybe I guess her boyfriend, but I don't know if he'll be coming. The baby's father. It's weird saying boyfriend because they've been together like 17 years or something like that. So, but anyway, so yeah, it's just gonna be small, intimate. I'm probably gonna do a live on one of my platforms. I'll even probably record it on here too, so I can post on the mini adventures. So tomorrow I'm going to my mom's house, and I'm gonna bring my 3 bags from Hobby Lobby of my pink and blue gender reveal stuff. The theme, she's like, my sister's like, oh, you're going with just pink and blue? And I'm like, yeah. At first I was picking out things for like October, so like pumpkins or leaves and things like that. And I just figured, but if I don't get the blood work in time, then I mean, even if we still did it in November, it really wouldn't matter. But I figured, like, no, let me just do the pink and blue theme. So I did that. I got a cute shirt coming. Hopefully it'll be here in time. From Amazon. It's like a nice copper color, like copper orangey fall color. Think fall, like leaves, the orange copper color. The shirt, and it says a baby is brewing, and it has like a little cauldron with like bubbles coming out of the cauldron. So I thought that was cute. So if it comes in time, I will be wearing that at my gender reveal. There are some other things that I might look into getting off Amazon. I'm just not sure if they'll be here in time. So I don't know. Maybe I'll, like I said, I have to get some maternity clothes, and I'm probably gonna try Walmart somewhere. I don't know where, but I'll see if they have any like pink and blue themed gender reveal things and stuff like that. So yeah, this video is 42 minutes long. It's gonna take forever to load probably, so I'm gonna end it here. Tomorrow I'll probably do another video showing you guys what exactly I got for the gender reveal, and it's just a small intimate thing. I didn't go crazy. I don't need to go crazy. So there's that. And again, like, you know, if it was me wanting to do the gender reveal, I would have gone all out. But I was hoping my sister would like do the decoration and stuff. So I don't know. I know that when my nephew and my niece were born, Benjamin and Miliana, when they were born, I helped my mom. Actually, when my nephew Benjamin was born, they had a baby shower at the place they were living with their brother-in-law and whatever. But then when Miliana was born, we did it. Me and my mom hosted a baby shower at her house. I made the cake and things like that. So I helped do that. And then my sister had another baby, another girl, and sadly, I don't remember Juliana's baby shower. Wait. Yeah, I don't remember hers. Isn't that sad? That's really sad. And then her last kid, her sister-in-law and brother-in-law hosted another baby shower for them. So, it'd be nice if my sister would help my mom and give me a baby shower, even if I have to have 2 baby showers, because I think my mother-in-law might be planning one. I don't know, but I hope somebody's planning one, because we kind of deserve it. And like, I hate to sound, I'm not sure what the word is, I hate to sound like rude, I guess. I don't even know what the word I'm looking for is, but like, we kind of deserve it. Like, we do a lot for my sister and her kids. I would have done a lot of things for my brother and his kids. I mean, and we have, but things just went sour because, well, no offense, Scott, but you know, you can kind of be real nasty and you said a lot of hurtful things. So, and I guess you kind of, like you said, just got used to me and Christy having a relationship. So, not that I don't want a relationship with you or your kids, because I've tried so many times. Me and Brian have tried so many times. I've cried, honestly, and maybe that doesn't bother you or whatever, but yeah, this video is not about that or whatever. It's just, you know, I've done some things. I was lucky enough to take his daughter for her 9th birthday to a jump place, like trampoline park. I took her and my nephew so that like the cousins could hang out and bond, because it's sad that my niece and nephew don't have really much of a relationship with their other 4 cousins. On my brother's side, they have such a huge connection and relationship with her mother's side, their cousins. So again, I have nothing wrong with it. So, but like, would my brother and sister-in-law ever have a baby shower for my husband and I? No. It's fine. That's why God gave me a sister. But I don't know if my sister is really going to go all out. Which, I'm not expecting anybody to go all out. You know what I mean? I'm at a point in my life where I've tried to have relationships. I've tried so hard. And now it's time to just worry about myself, my pregnancy, and my husband. Without, of course, forgetting my immediate family on the outside. My mother-in-law, my father-in-law, my parents, my sister, my brother, the kids, you know, my nieces and nephews. But now I'm putting myself first. And whoever wants to be a part of my life can be a part of my life. And whoever doesn't want to be a part of my life, that's your loss. So, you know, I just learn to accept things the way they are and be happy and satisfied in my own company. And I'm perfectly fine with that. I have so many adventures. You know, from the time my husband and I met till now, we've done so much. And everybody's like, you should save money. You should, you know, and we did. We saved what we could. We didn't have a lot of money. Most of the money we have came from wedding gifts. So, and we've saved. But we also, you know, yeah, you sacrifice and you have nice things. However, my situation in 2021, because thanks to the freaking pandemic in 2020, screwed up a lot of crap for not just myself, but a lot of people out there. So, you know, yeah, you know, we learned to save our money and make sure we, you know, enjoyed ourselves, and we did. You know, we could have sacrificed a ton of money. We could have sacrificed a ton of time not doing anything and saving a lot of money, and had a house. We could have had a house had it not been for COVID and inflation and the cost of everything rising, including mortgage rates. 2021 wasn't a good year. I wasn't at I wouldn't even call it a job. I wouldn't even call it. It was the worst place I've ever worked at. With, like, I will never work for a small family-owned business ever again. I'm just saying. I did it once, I did it twice, and I'm not going to do it a third time. It was horrible. And they really lowballed my salary. Really lowballed me. And I'm so glad they let me go because I couldn't take it anymore because I was ready to quit myself. So yeah. So glad that's over with. However, at that time, that's when the interest rates were like 2 point something. And my sister was lucky enough to get her house and have her own place. And it just didn't work out for my husband and I that way. Maybe down the road it'll work out. But you know what? I can say that my husband and I have been through so much and a lot in just a short amount of time that we've been together. Or been married, I should say. And we always figure out a way. We always figure out a way. So, you know, I've lost my job a couple times, and I think the longest I've been without a job is 2 months. So, again, I'm a motivated individual. I'm not concerned about anything. We always figure it out. So, you know, again, you know, if I get a baby shower, great. If I don't, I'll remember. I definitely will remember, and I won't forget. So, but I know I'm gonna get one. Maybe I'll be lucky and get 2. I don't know. So, anyway, I'm just gonna end it here. It's been 51 freaking minutes doing this video, almost an hour. And I'm not sure if it's going to post the entire thing. If it doesn't, I have to shorten the video out. But tomorrow I will show you the 3 bags of the gender reveal items I got. And yeah. So maybe I'll introduce you to my parents. And yeah. So until tomorrow. Good night, guys.